Just a few minutes late. Just a few. Let's see if I can fix this. Is that better? I think that's better. So we got Fireside Friday going on. Welcome in, guys. I'll just wait till everybody filters in. Hi. This is all fantasy football, just so everybody knows. And this is Hustler by Zayd Wolf. Great tune. Where is the... I don't know why I can't find this. It's driving me nuts. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. We dropped Justice Hill. Who's D. Hendo? Daryl Henderson? Who's Edmonds? Chase Edmonds? I wouldn't drop Justice Hill. Send that one to me again, because it disappeared really fast. I'm just trying to set up my sleeper app here so I can go through some news. Hi everybody, welcome in. If I miss your app, guys, or miss your app, if I miss your questions, just repeat them. Hi Arsenal, 033. Arsenal, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's Fireside Friday. I know I'm like covering up the fireside. It's my bad. Like if I go like this, you can still see the fire, but I don't know. Maybe I can turn this way. I don't know. I'm like sitting right in front of it. Maybe if I do this, it's kind of like not really fun Fireside Friday. If you can't, there you go. You can kind of see it in the background. How are you guys all doing today? Oh boy. Okay, so guys, it's we're done. We're done with preseason. Which player would you drop for Justice Hill? Now I got you. He's available. So Chase, Daryl Henderson, or Jalen Samuels. Drop Chase Edmonds. Drop Chase Edmonds. Not really early enough to handcuff for David Johnson. So go ahead and drop him and pick up Justice Hill. Good question. Am I concerned about the hurricane? Yes, I am concerned about the hurricane. For anyone who doesn't know, I have the Weather Channel on right now. Normally it's like a fun slide that says Fireside Friday. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Stepmom Lauren. But today it's the Weather Channel. And for those of you who haven't heard, if you haven't, I'm really sorry. Hang on just a second. You have Christian Kirk, Geronimo Allison, Anthony Miller, and Jamison Crowder on my bench and need to lose 2. Go ahead and get rid of Anthony Miller and, maybe Jamison Crowder. That's a really tough one. Why don't you guys help him out? I say Anthony Miller and then maybe Jamison Crowder, but I like him as a dark horse, especially now that Robbie Anderson is hurt. So that's a really, really tough one. But definitely your first one is going to be Anthony Miller. Hopefully it heads, talking about Hurricane Dorian. Thank you, Dutcho. Hopefully it heads northeast back out to sea. I really hope so. There's a very small, tiny, itty-bitty little probability that it will. And when the map comes back up on the TV, I will show you where I live and like the little town that I'm at, like the area. Yeah, it sucks. So we have Hurricane Dorian coming at us. It's supposed to make landfall as a Category 4. It's a little south of us now. Originally, like the icon that says Cat 4 was like over my neighborhood as of yesterday. So today it has actually shifted a little bit south. It doesn't really matter though, because we're still going to get super bad winds and rains for a long time. We're talking like days. So tropical storm force winds start Sunday. That's like 70 miles an hour with a lot of rain. And the hurricane winds we're getting are going to be 130 miles an hour and above for days, and like 2 feet of rain. And the ground here is already saturated, so flooding is a serious concern. Yeah, your son is here, so you know what it's like. Who's your son? Maybe we'll hang out. How many leagues am I in? I am in 7 leagues. In fact, one of my drafts is Monday when we get hit by a hurricane. So that draft might not happen until maybe later, or we'll reschedule it tomorrow. I have no idea. Hurricane parties are the best. I don't know if anyone saw my tweet and my tweet on my shopping list, but we have like 6 cases of beer now. We now have 4 handles of Tito's. I was thoroughly chastised, my bad. And some water and some food. But other than that, we're good. We're going to have a good time. That is the Weather Channel behind me. I just need to keep an eye on it. Yeah, next time the map pops up, I'll show you guys kind of what I'm dealing with here. So I don't know if it's enough beer. Honestly, Arsenal, I don't know. I don't drink beer, though. That's for, like, the other folks, because we're really good friends with our neighbors as well. So we're going to be partying. I mean, that's just what you do during a hurricane. There's nothing else to do, literally for, like, 3 days. We may not even have power, so we're going to be, like, playing cornhole in the living room with candles and stuff. It's going to be great. But it's, like, you know, I'm not from Florida. I've lived here for over 11 years, so this is, like, my 4th or 5th hurricane that I'm going through. So we're used to it. We know how to prepare. I need to try Stumpy's vodka. I have not tried that. I'm a big fan of Tito's. That's usually my liquor of choice, shall I say. Yep, bathtub will get filled with water. I have a little, like, kiddie above ground pool, too, that's full of water. That'll be for the toilets in case the water goes out, which it probably shouldn't. So, yeah. You're out of Columbia, Illinois. Oh, hi. I'm from Missouri, originally St. Louis, so you get me. Yeah, Tito's is the greatest. Just real quick, guys, I see you're on breaking news on Sleeper. Elijah McGuire has been released by the Jets. That's interesting. So if you got him in a super deep league, might as well get rid of him. You don't really need him anymore as of now. He just got released. Saints are placing line. Yeah, we don't need to know that. So apparently Will Fuller is supposed to be ready for week 1. I don't like that. I know I talk really fast, but I have a lot of questions that come in really fast. So I'm guessing that English probably isn't your first language. So I have to answer fantasy football questions very, very quickly. Thoughts on Robbie Anderson? I love Robbie Anderson. It sucks that he's hurt. So he's probably not going to be 100%. That's why I like Jamison Crowder as well. But keep him on your bench. Don't move him. Don't get rid of him or anything. He'll be okay. Should be playing through his injury, but it does concern me. But I still have him. I'm not going to get rid of him for any reason. I am going to think twice about starting him and maybe put him on the bench week 1 if I have better wide receiver options or maybe better matchups for wide receiver than Robbie Anderson. So I do talk fast, guys. Sorry. I have questions that come in fast. I don't want to bore you. I'm not going to sit here and yammer on like blah, de blah, de blah. That's not how I roll. I'm a fast talker. So let's see. What else here, guys? And I was watching Hurricane Dorian news last night, so I only caught a little bit of the preseason games. So, yeah. So, okay, that's nice. You can, yeah. All right, hang on just a minute. All right, bye-bye. Didn't need that in my life. Okay. Brazilian listener, hi. I talk fast. Sorry, this is fantasy football. I get questions fast. I talk fast. I have Chubb in a 1 RB league. Ooh, okay. Miles Sanders on the bench. Do I need to act desperate in a trade? No. Why would you need to be desperate? I don't think you're fine. I'm just concerned about Miles Sanders when it comes to his, running back by committee. That is a little worrisome, but he should be a standout guy. I mean, week 5 and on, once he really establishes himself in the offense in the regular season. So, hey, Tyler, how are you? How are you doing, guys? Welcome in, welcome in. Fireside Friday still happening. Just an update for you guys. I already put the hurricane shutters up on my house, so it's almost like the Batcave. We do have one window that we have not done yet because the hurricane is slowing down and it's not supposed to hit us now until Monday. So we're going to take our time a little bit. See, there you go, Brazilian, but understand everything. I had someone tell me stop, so I blocked him. You don't tell me what to do. I'm not saying you are. This other guy did. That's why he's not here anymore, so sorry about you. That's how it rolls. So, yeah, I don't think you need to worry about Nick Chubb or Miles Sanders. I think you're okay. Unless there's something I'm missing. I don't know. DM me. Let me know what your full situation is if I'm missing something. So, Arsenal, you have an auction draft on Tuesday. Should I go heavy wide receiver, Odell, Mike Thomas, and mid RB, Carson, etc., etc.? That is really going to depend on what your auction is, like, dictating. Am I right? My buddy just did an auction draft and I helped him out with it. He went the 0 wide receiver strategy, actually, and he did a lot of running backs. And what he did is he got a lot of running backs early and fast. So then he got really, really good wide receivers later because he had more money to spend. So maybe try looking at that, but it's going to depend on what your auction draft is going to do. I would tend to go with the 0 wide receiver strategy there. But just see if it works out. If it works out, if it doesn't, change it up. I mean, maybe try the 0 RB strategy and go wide receiver. It's really is going to depend. So I think I missed a question there. See if I can scroll down. Hang on. Oh, here we go. I can do that. Okay, so Le'Veon Bell, New York Jets. Should I be concerned about his offensive line? Yes, but no. It is Le'Veon Bell. I have him. I'm starting him. I didn't have any reservations about picking him up, so that doesn't bother me very much. Maybe I can get closer so I don't have to like reach across this whole phone. Doesn't really bother me very much. Just keep an eye on it, but he's Le'Veon Bell for a reason. He's incredibly talented. And this is going to be a very interesting testament to his real talent without the Steelers offensive line. So I understand your concerns, but I don't think you need to be worried. But we'll see as the season progresses. So obviously keep your eye on it like you're not going to as you watch your fantasy points either rack up or do nothing. Who is the best name in football? Nick Chubb? Sure. If you really love Nick Chubb that much, man, that's all you. That's fine. I think there are better names, but I do love Nick Chubb myself. I think he's great. I would scoop him up if I had the opportunity to do so in my drafts. Should you pick Dan Marino? If you lived in like 1984 or like 94, sure. Now I would suggest not doing that. So, you have Matt Stafford and Nick Foles. Who would you start week 1? Matt Stafford. And then I'll have a draft on pick 4. Should I go Zeke anyway? This is a very interesting question, guys. So, man, how did I get rid of that? Oh, 3D messages. I'll just do that. Whatever. That's an interesting question. Wait, what was... Now I'm just doing that. I'm just getting confused. Oh, Zeke. That's right. So, you have Zeke, or you could pick up Zeke. If you pick up Zeke, highly recommend reaching for Tony Pollard. I doubt he's going to be away from the game, if you will, like the full 6-8 weeks. I don't see that happening. If it does, you're going to have the number 1 guy right behind him, which is Tony Pollard. So yes, I would not be afraid to get him, but also do not be afraid to reach for Tony Pollard if you have to. That's really going to be a good, solid strategy for you if you're a Zeke drafter. All right, do any of your drafts pick Kareem Hunt to stash? Some of them do. I wouldn't, especially now since he's had a sports hernia surgery and he's not going to be back until at least as early as week 10. So he's even extended even further than what his suspension is. Bobby from Fantasy Pros is still drafting Melvin. How early do you risk it? Do you build on Zeke? The earliest I would look at Melvin Gordon is the 3rd, maybe 4th, especially if I'm in a keeper where I have really good running backs already to keep. I don't trust the Melvin Gordon situation, to be completely honest. So I would stay away from it if you can. The earliest I would look is 3rd or 4th round if I, like, someone put a gun to my head, and I absolutely had to. Do I like auction drafts? No, I don't. I don't like it. There's too much subterfuge. It's insanity. They're fun to watch. Like, I like to help my buddy draft in his auction league. That's super fun, but it gets me, like, my heart palpitating. Stressful. So it's like, oh my God, do I just click it one more time and run up the bids? Oh my gosh, if I nominate this guy, everyone's going to think I want him. It's stressful. But I commend you people for loving auction because I'm sure once you're in it, you love it. I just personally, I'm like, ugh, I'll just stick with what I know. Who's your last round home run pick in baseball drafts best ball drafts this year? That's a good one. Ooh, shockingly enough, James Washington actually comes to mind. I don't like him as much in the offense, but I think he's going to have some really good games. Last minute, though, I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. I don't know if I can pick that one off the top of my head, but we'll throw out James Washington for now. Hi, how are you? Okay, there is work for you, $500,000 per week. If you're interested, write me. Cool, why don't you DM me if that's legit? If not, go away. All right. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Any more questions? I'm here for it. So yeah, these come in pretty fast and furious. And also, guys, too, I get a lot of weirdos. Oh yeah, sure. What? Hi, Jen Mania. Don't worry about it. You're here. You made it. So obviously, there's a lot of weirdos that come on this like message. So if I read something out loud on accident, like by someone who's incredibly perverted or rude, I'm sorry. If those guys like mention a comment that you think is going to be inappropriate, reject it. I appreciate when you guys do that so I don't have to see some of the nasty crap people say. Sanu at wide receiver, only in really deep leagues. I like Calvin Ridley better than Mohamed Sanu, to be totally honest. Do I like Mike Williams as wide receiver 3? I like Mike Williams as wide receiver 1 or 2, to be totally honest. I know Keenan Allen is technically wide receiver 1 for that team, but I love Mike Williams. I think he's going to feast in this offense, especially without Melvin Gordon. So go for him. I like him. Target him in a trade too. Michelle hates him. That's okay, Michelle. I'm sure you're talking about Brenda, my Brenda Michelle. That's okay. She can hate him. Everyone's allowed to have a different opinion. I personally really like him. Oh, Bob Blossom, there's my girl. I missed you before. That's okay, Michelle. You're allowed to hate him. All right. Thinking about changing the name to stepdad. See, you can't do that. I mean, I'm the step person. I will personally come and hunt you down. I will. And don't put it past me. I'll find you. I will find you and I will make your life horrible. Like, I will verbally eviscerate you. I can't, like, physically beat you up. I'm hopefully too small for that, but no, I'm just don't take my mojo. Should you get Gronk in the 5th round? No, don't take Gronk in the 5th round. If you really want to take him like last, guys. Come on. No, that's stupid. Don't do that. Not in the 5th round anyway. Just to capture the weirdo market. Okay, now I see what you're saying. What are the odds? Sure. If you really want to be a part of the weirdo market, it's not a lot of fun. It's okay. Michelle doesn't like Mike Williams. She can still come and hang out. She's a good, dear friend of mine. So just because we have differing opinions on Mike Williams doesn't mean she can't come and hang out. I mean, that's the fun of it. Am I right? Am I right, guys? Thoughts on Duke Johnson? Love him. I love him. No Gronk in the 5th. My brother just texted me. So no Gronk in the 5th. I understand he's retired. Oh my God, Rob, I'm going to call me when I'm done with this. What was I even saying? Now he got me off the Klimt. I can't believe he's actually on Twitter. All right, Duke Johnson. Yes, I love Duke Johnson. Beware some Kenyon Drake news that's coming on with a trade. Jadeveon Clowney, you never know. Love Duke Johnson, especially with Deshaun Watson, who's never had a pass-catching running back before. So this could be an incredibly explosive offense. So awesome. I really like it. And if that really was my brother, maybe it was one of his friends, like on his account. Carry on then. I don't even know who that is. What should we name your... Oh, so it is. Oh, hey, BJ! Yes, I was hoping so. What should we... Did Brad didn't get in last place, did he? I thought he won. What should we name my brother's team? I don't know. You guys come up with some crazy shit. So, I don't know. But tell me what it is, though, because I want to make fun of him, too. Where am I targeting guys like Darwin Thompson, Justin Jackson, Pollard, and Singletary? Tony Pollard is actually jumping way up in drafts right now. I think he's actually around, like, the 5th. Let me look, though. Hang on. Guys, and if I miss your question while I'm doing this, just ask it again. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so Tony Pollard in half PPR right now is going in the 9th. I would not be surprised if that jumps up a little bit. Full PPR, I think that's going to go up as well. But if Zeke does not play, Tony Pollard is going to be the go-to. Those guys are going late. So to answer your question, let me just make sure I got that right. Were you targeting guys like Darwin Thompson? Darwin Thompson's interesting. Don't pick him up as a handcuff, just letting you know, because there are other options going on with Darwin Thompson, although I do like him late. We're talking 8th round or later, so don't reach for him. But I do kind of like Tony Pollard if you want to reach for him a little bit. That's okay. So, who is this? Oh, Club Fantasy. Hey! Josh, how you doing? You took him in the 9th, but why do these always disappear? Recently, and I felt dirty taking him there. Well, don't feel so dirty. He's going there. I mean... If you feel dirty, you can take a shower. I mean, I'm sure everyone will allow you to do that. It's okay. I mean, you can cry in your pillow a little bit. I'm sure that'll be all right. But yeah, 9th round. I like those guys. Let's see. I'm trying to think if I have any other names. Let me actually go down really fast here on the fantasy football calculator. See what we're doing. Montgomery and Jacobs, your thoughts. Love and mostly love. Love David Montgomery. Love him a lot. I like Josh Jacobs as well because he's the RB1. I think they have pretty similar opportunity, although I do like David Montgomery's opportunity and talent just a hair more than Josh Jacobs, but both very good. Yes, I will stay safe during the hurricane. Don't worry. Plenty of vodka, plenty of beer, plenty of water, which who needs that? We have our hurricane shutters up. I just did those today, and that's why the Weather Channel is up here. So, you guys, for anyone who doesn't know who I am, my name is Lauren Carpenter. You can find me on social media at Stepmom Lauren. You guys still with me? Sorry, my sister-in-law just called. My bad. So you can find all my work on my website. It's Stepmom Lauren. Beer makes every situation better, but I drink vodka, so vodka makes every situation better. You can find me at stepmomlauren.com. So all of my work is there. All the guest podcasts I was on, which was just with Fantasy Pilots, was the most recent one that I did. Thank you guys so much for having me on. It was a blast. I always have fun on podcasts. Also, these videos will be uploaded into YouTube, which I also have on my website. My YouTube channel is just go ahead and go to YouTube and search Stepmom Lauren. I'm right there. And I'm a writer for the fantasy footballers. So I do, their off-season work. I do in-season work. So I do all the research. Not all of them. I mean, there's 12 other writers with us, but I'm one of them, which is very exciting. So yeah, you guys can find all of my work right there at that website, stepmomlauren.com. So how many people have drafts this weekend? Obviously, besides myself and my brother. We're not in the same league. And his friends, BJ, if you're still on. Hi. How are you guys doing? So anyone else have drafts? Do you guys have any questions? Trying to think here. Late round flyer and best ball. Here's a name that kind of pops up is Adam Humphries. He had a lot of chemistry with Ryan Tannehill. Thoughts on Penny and Royce Freeman? Like them a lot, but they're going to be the RB2 to their respective partners RB1. So do I like their other one better? A little bit. I do like Royce Freeman this year too, especially since I think they're going to limit Lindsey just to keep him healthy. So I don't know. Yeah, you have one tonight? Okay, cool. So ask me any questions if you have some. Should you take Landry or David Montgomery? David Montgomery, hands down, over Jarvis Landry. For sure, David Montgomery over Jarvis Landry. Okay, cool. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, Humphreys is a late round flyer, just to go back to that one guy's question. Ew, Kenny Stills. Ew. Dolphins, just stay away from the Dolphins. Just, ugh, barf. Except for Kenyon Drake, who I love, but he may not be a Dolphin for very much longer. Who knows? So I have, like I said, I have a draft, but maybe I won't. Hello from Russia? I'm assuming that's what that is. Hello, welcome to Florida. You made it just in time for a hurricane. Yeah, see, I live right here. Right there. So, and I don't know if you can see this, but the hurricane is coming right there. So, that's super exciting, isn't it? No. It's kind of exciting because we get to camp out and not have to work, which is nice, but we may lose power, which sucks. All right, here we go. You're in standard money. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? San Francisco QBs early? No. No QBs early. Don't take QBs early. Wait on QBs. I don't care what kind of league you're in. I don't care how many points they score. Wait on QBs. Yeah, okay, sure. And I do this a lot. Yeah, I do it every Wednesday, every Friday when I can. I was in Vegas last weekend, so I didn't really get a chance to do it because I was hungover. I thought I was going to die. Just glad the NFL starts next Thursday. And I know, but actually it's not because the storm isn't going to hit until next week. So I may not even be able to watch Thursday Night Football, which really sucks. Thoughts on Todd Gurley? I'm not as worried about him as other people are with his knee issue. I think he's going to be fine. There are good situations where they will limit him because of knee swelling or just to keep him healthy, but I do like him. I know that might be controversial, but I do like Todd Gurley a lot. I have him in a league. Plan on keeping him there. Someone earlier asked who my QB was. I'm in 7 leagues, 6 of them I've already drafted for. No hungover hot takes. I will give you as many hangover hot takes as I want. So you can deal with it, which I know you will. You're good with that. I have a lot of different QBs. I've got, I don't even remember, Cam Newton, Matt Ryan, Jared Goff, I think. I don't even remember. I have to go back and look at my leagues. It's so bad. Yeah, well, you know, if you come at me, bro, I'm coming back at you. So, yeah, that's how that goes. Over under on Johnson, a number of Johnsons in the league, 52. I'll take the under, but only slightly. Adams versus Jay Jones, first round, both available. Julio. Devontae Adams. I like Devontae Adams just a hair better than Julio simply because of touchdowns. I think Devontae Adams has a better rate for touchdowns and a better opportunity for success with touchdowns than Julio Jones does. Saw some drafting 0 QB and TE. In this case, they picked someone on the waivers before or after week 1. That's an interesting strategy. If it works for you, sure. That would probably only work if you're in like a 10-person league. That might be a little bit more difficult at 12 and above. I'm not saying don't draft one. I'm just saying wait. I mean, because there's a lot of good talent that you can get. I was actually just talking to a friend of mine about this. So Pat Mahomes scored 40 touchdowns last year. Jared Goff had 32. So if Pat Mahomes has a little bit of regression, we're talking -4. So we're talking 36 touchdowns as opposed to 32 touchdowns. I mean, come on, guys. You can wait on your quarterback. Have a strategy to do so. Jalen Samuels is on the wire. Would you drop Justice Hill to get Samuels? Ooh, that's a really good question. If you have Connor, then maybe think about it. I don't know, though. I like Jalen Samuels a little bit more than Justice Hill. Justice Hill's a rookie. I don't think he's been tested yet, so I wouldn't pull that trigger if I were you. So, come hang out in Pittsburgh. I know. I don't think I have time to get to Pittsburgh, though, at this point. We're going to be okay, guys. Because we're not going to, it's not like you're not going to hear from me for a week, hopefully. I hope that doesn't happen. Is anyone on Washington or Miami offense viable? They are all basically free at this point for a reason. Yes, Dolphins is Kenyon Drake, and Redskins is going to be Jordan Reed. And if you really want to get spicy, pick up Adrian Peterson. I mean, Dwayne Haskins has had 1 full year in his entire career, even in college, as a starter. So if they are going to push forward with Dwayne Haskins eventually, or even week 1, he's going to need help, and he's going to need help bad. And Jordan Reed's probably the only one who has hands that can catch the ball in that offense. Darius Geis, yeah. Darius Geis, that's a possibility. Again, let's just hope he doesn't get hurt. Yeah, I'm just staying away from those offenses. I don't like them. I think they're like Josh from Club Fantasy. I feel dirty if I like pick them up. I don't like it. So I'm personally staying away. Jordan Reed is always hurt, but last year he wasn't. Last year he was not always hurt. He only missed like 2 games. Wasn't extremely fantasy productive, but it's Washington Redskins. I mean, you can't fault the guy. He has like 3 less bones in his foot, so that's 3 fewer bones that he has to hurt this year. So I think he's doing it the right way. I'm not worried about Jordan Reed, especially if you can get him like the last round of the draft. He's fine. Jordan Reed shouldn't play football anymore. Maybe you shouldn't play football anymore. Let's be honest. No, I'm just kidding. Do you play football? I don't even know if you do. How was your weekend in the cabin, by the way? Jimmy G will put up great numbers. I do like Jimmy G. I also like Dante Pettis, but I'm not willing to just dive all in on those offenses. That scares me a lot. Except for George Kittle. Love George Kittle. Obviously, I have him on a team too. A little hesitant to take Hi Jane Mania. Boom. Woo. Little hesitant to take Jimmy Garoppolo unless I could pick him up for nothing at the end of a draft or maybe pick him off waivers. We'll see how he goes. I'm not super down on him. I'm also not super duper high on him as well. I was in the beginning of the offseason, but the preseason kind of scared me. I'm not going to lie. What is this? Any Adam Rank Vegas stories? Well, nothing that's really interesting other than the fact that Saturday after we drafted, I think we drafted. I was really, really drunk, but that's okay. We had a great time. Meeting everyone in that league was super fun. Adam's a really cool, awesome person in real life, just like he is on TV. Very genuine, funny, really, really good guy. So he was a blast. And then the very next day, obviously very next day was Saturday. That usually comes after Friday on a calendar, duh. But we went and met up at a taco place. He was drafting for another league. We met up with some friends there that we had met, blah, 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 blah. I was so hungover, I thought I was going to die. Like, yeah, my husband, he was there. Hi, honey, how are you? He was there with us. I think my organs failed. Half of my lip didn't work. I think my eyeballs were bleeding. It was bad. It was really, really bad. Vegas kicked my butt. But you know what? It was still a ton of fun. I love Vegas. And Adam Rank really is a cool person. I know he likes to be spicy on Twitter, but that's what makes him really funny. So give him a follow if you haven't already about fantasy football. Oh, yeah, look, here, there's the storm. Pretty much the entire state of Florida. Fantastic. Wood sleeper, sorry for using the word. That's okay. You're allowed. Are you willing to reach for every draft? Dante Moncrief. Dante Moncrief of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love him. Would you trade Pollard for Royce Freeman in a redraft? I think you might be able to get a little bit more for Tony Pollard right now because Zeke's not back yet. And I'm not sure how much they're going to use Royce Freeman. So I don't know if I would make that trade myself. Again, I'm really conservative when it comes to trades. I don't like to get crazy with them. I'm more like, nah. So shop that around. Shop that question around and then let me know what other people say. I'm interested to see what the consensus is on that. Me, I don't know if I would do that if I'm the Tony Pollard owner with very news about Zeke. I might want to hold on to him because he's going to have a ton of upside or look to get a wide receiver, or I'm sorry, a running back, or maybe even a wide receiver too. Who knows? Possibly. Go Gators. Oh, yes, my daughter's a Gator. Am I hurricane ready? Hi, Lanky, not so smooth. I am hurricane ready. We're ready to go. It's just the hurry up and wait game now. We have like one window we have to put shutters up for, and then I got to take like patio furniture off the back porch. So, I mean, I got to do that, but other than that, I think we're good. We got booze, beer, liquor, all that stuff. Okay, yeah, so it's keep Pollard. I agree with that. I don't know if I like the value of Royce Freeman over Tony Pollard. That's kind of how I see it. Worst QB going in the top 10 rounds? Aaron Rodgers. I know that's so weird to say. Very, very strange. I've just never been huge on Aaron Rodgers in fantasy football. Maybe it's because the leagues I play in, he doesn't really score very well. I'm not sure, but let me go ahead and let me look into this a little bit further for you. QBs. I'm going to look this up on QBs. Evacuating? No, we don't need to. We're far enough inland. We're like 10 miles or so off the coast. The actual coast, like the beach. So we don't have to worry about storm surge, which is what you would need to evacuate for. And our house is pretty much like a bomb shelter. It's made for hurricanes, so we're not evacuating. Hope it's Yangling or Busch Light. It's not. It's not Yangling or Busch Light. It's Natty Light. Because Natty Light is like alcoholic water. It's fantastic. All right. Worst one. Man. I don't really know if I have Tom Brady. Don't pick up Tom Brady at all. I don't think he's going to be very good this year. He's kind of had that slump. There's other better quarterbacks. What? Lord, no what? I don't drink it, okay? Calm down. Where do I value Josh Gordon? I don't really know, because I'm a Julian Edelman person simply for his PPR volume. A lot of people really like Josh Gordon. I am not very high on him, to be totally honest. He's a good best ball candidate, though. Josh Gordon, for sure. So, I know, Natty Light, but it's super duper cheap, and it tastes almost just like Bud Light. I didn't say exactly, I said almost just like Bud Light. Calm down, people. The world is not going to end just because there's Natty Light in my house. Calm down. Thank you. Well, that's my husband, so of course he likes it. Keep, trade, cut. I hate these games. All right, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, or beef brisket. Trade. Okay, drop beef brisket. Trade Tom Brady. Keep Josh Allen. Bush is cheap. Yeah, Bush is cheap. I don't know. I don't drink beer. Don't look at me. Like, don't talk to me about this. I don't drink beer. I get real bloated. It's bad. All right, ribs. Yeah, sure. I like ribs. I make awesome ribs, by the way. They're like 6 hours fall off the bone Traeger ribs. You took Shady McCoy last round. They said he looks spry in camp. So do the other 3,000 running backs for Buffalo. That's the only thing I worry about. And Devin Singletary also looks pretty good too. I don't know. I'm kind of staying away from the Buffalo running backs. Too many of them. Yeah. All right, Tony, you can take that comment away. Beer over water, right? Beer's great. Tito's vodka over everything else. That is absolutely correct. Yeah, water does equal vodka. I mean, come on. It's delicious. If I'm still from St. Louis, yeah, baby back capital of the ribs. Yeah, of course I'm still from I'm always going to be from St. Louis. That's not going to change. So my take on Gurley, I like Gurley. We mentioned this earlier. I do like Todd Gurley. I'm not scared of him when I really like how he's falling in drafts. That just makes me super happy. So yeah, I like him. Is Ingram a thing in Baltimore? He can be. He definitely can be. A veteran presence in that offense with a young quarterback who needs a little bit of help and stability. He definitely can be. So you snagged him last second round. I don't know who the him was though, so sorry about that. And then sport or food? Food. Don't drink vodka and draft. That is correct. That is what I did in Vegas. And I don't think I did. I actually did okay. My running backs are a little weak. You got Zeke and Gurley. Crazy how I know. I got Zeke in the second round in one of my leagues. It was insane. He was talking about Gurley. Okay, yeah, now I forget what he was saying. It's like, see how this works? My brain is just not okay today. I'm just dealing with other crap. My bad. You love Ingram this year. Ingram, excuse me. He's going to feast with Justin Jackson. True, but there's also Justice Hill. Gus Edwards hasn't gone anywhere yet. So a lot of running backs there that I personally am going to stay away from because I want to see how it all shakes out. But that doesn't mean don't draft them. If they fall to you and you look at it, go for it. So breakout year for Devonta Freeman with Noah Coleman. Yes, well, not really breakout. He did great a couple of years ago. I think it's going to be another great year for him, though. I do like Devonta Freeman. I'm not scared of his injury. If he does get injured, then I'm over it. Then he's dead to me. Then I'll never talk to him again. Thank you. I know. I appreciate it. Thank you for reporting Tony twice. If he comes back in, I'll block him. I'm not worried about it. All right. You think Kool-Aid is overrated? Well, I mean, if he jumps through my wall and tries to beat me up saying, oh, yeah, I think he's overrated too. So are we overrating Godwin in Tampa? I like Godwin. I like Godwin because of Bruce Arians. Some people may be way overhyping him. So it's possible that he, doesn't produce as these like enormously hugific numbers that we're all expecting, or maybe some people are expecting, but I think he's going to do really well. He's going to be a solid wide receiver too. I think you should keep an eye on because you can't double coverage Mike Evans all day and not have somebody else catch the ball from Jameis Winston. So it's good. I'm not going to get out of Florida, guys. We're okay. Yes, we are dealing with a hurricane. Yes, we are ready. Breida over Coleman. No, I still like Coleman over Breida. But if you miss on Coleman or if you don't like Coleman, don't worry about it because you can get Breida late still, even with this news coming out about Jerick McKinnon, and it is very possible that they're going to cut Jerick McKinnon with an injury settlement. So keep an eye on that, but I do kind of like Tevin Coleman a little more simply with his history with Kyle Shanahan. Good vibes, bad guys game. Yeah, sure, we can try that. Since the preseason's over. Yeah, you know what? I'm just about to listen to that podcast, though, by the way. Florida is dangerous. Sort of, if you think of, mountain lions and gators and flesh-eating amoebas and hurricanes, I mean, sure, Florida can be dangerous. Not to mention some pretty big jerks we have living in this state. But that's every state. Everyone has that. So, yeah, Devontae Adams, best wide receiver in the draft. Yes, I'm high on Devontae Adams. I do like Devontae Adams quite a bit. So, yeah. So, again, since I've had some people ask me this, we are ready for the hurricane, guys. We're going to shelter in place. We have several days until it hits. We're not going to get any crazy weather until probably Monday. We will get some tropical storm force winds, which is 75 miles per hour and above, and a pretty significant rain starting Sunday. So we're just going to finish up the rest of our prep tomorrow, which is just taking stuff from outside, making sure they don't turn into giant torpedoes in the wind, and then just drink and have fun. That's what you do. I know, you're fine. I know, college football's on. Let's just pray that DirecTV doesn't go out. And if they do, let's pray the internet doesn't go out, because I have a Roku and I can watch it that way. All right, hang on. Do I see Oko Cinco trying on Twitter because he saw Devon? And no, I didn't see that. Yeah, actually I did, because that's a show, right? No. Did I miss that? I did miss it, but I think I know what you're talking about, but I did not see it. Why don't you capture it and tweet it to me so that I can see it firsthand and not just pretend like I know what you're talking about. But yeah, I did hear that was a thing. Is Cousins a QB? Yes, he is a QB. Is he a QB you want to take in your drafts? Yes, I like him. You can also get him very, very late. I like it. So, Chad Johnson, yeah, I know what you mean. I knew who you meant. There's a big special going on right now because it's like the 100-year anniversary for the NFL. So they're having, greats like Barry Sanders and, reviewing film with guys like Saquon Barkley. So I don't know if that's what you were talking about. Was he like in the same film room with Devontae Adams? I think that's what it was, but it did look pretty cool, but I haven't seen like the actual show or that particular clip, but I did see other ones, which was pretty cool. Okay. So we were like 40 minutes in, guys. Do you have any last minute questions for anyone who has drafts? And then I'll let you go. Again, all the people who are watching and, what's the subject? Fantasy football. I know it's normally up here on the TV, but I've got the Weather Channel up there because I need to pay attention to it. Am I sold on Dalvin Cook as a top back or scared of injury? I am not. Okay, I almost lied to you. A little scared of injury. Am I sold that he's a top back? Yes. I think that they're going to be smart about how they utilize him, and they're not going to like pound him into the ground. I think they're going to bring in Boone and especially Alexander Madison to alleviate some of the workload for Dalvin Cook, but I do like him a lot as an RB1 this year, if that answers your question. Week 1 player, who do I have my eye on? I want to see how Dante Moncrief does for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love him, clearly. I've mentioned him like 3 times. Like, hold on. What to do? Like, if this guy fails, you cut him right away. Oh, who is your week 1 player? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. My week 1 player that I'm going to cut immediately would be, I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't really have one that pops on the top of my head because I generally am a little patient. I want to see the matchup. So I don't know. That's a really good question. It might be a tight end, but I don't really have anyone. What do you guys think? Who's a player that after week 1 you're just like, no, you're dead to me? I don't really have one. Stay safe. Thank you. I will. I look serious. I'm rarely ever serious. It was your first fantasy year. Congratulations. Welcome to fantasy football. So you're drafting today. Do I have any advice on your pick, your 21st pick? Go a running back. Go look for a guy, maybe like Chris Carson, I think. No, that might be a little bit too early for Chris Carson. Look for a guy maybe like Nick Chubb. Love Nick Chubb. Or Chris Carson in that one. And just a couple pieces of advice for your fantasy too. Don't draft guys from the same team. Be very careful about that unless you're going quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, tight end. Even wide receiver, running back's okay. I just don't like to... You're just putting all your eggs in one basket. And talk trash. Talking trash at drafts is always so much fun. So go ahead and do that. And remember, draft quarterbacks late. You can wait on them. Don't be scared. We in the same boat last year with Aaron Jones. No, I don't think LaFleur is going to mess this up. If he does, he is likewise dead to me, like Mike McCarthy is. I'm really high on Aaron Jones. I love him, especially because Aaron Rodgers is the new head coach. So he loves Aaron Jones. So I'm sure Aaron Jones is going to be just fine. That's what I'm hoping on, and that's what I am banking on. Is that the truth, and that's exactly going to happen? I have no idea, but that's what I think is going to happen. I love Aaron Jones. You're thinking of stashing Big Ben. Yeah, do it. I like Big Ben a lot. He scored massive points in fantasy last year, and he's a very quietly, too, so not a lot of people have him on their radar. I like Big Ben. I think that's a great idea. Kalen Ballage, that's another good one. So, guys, keep Ballage like in the forefront of your minds, because Kenyon Drake may very well be traded. And if he is, that means Kalen Ballage is RB1. So keep that in mind. I have Kalen Ballage on at least 2 teams, and I'm keeping him. I'm not moving him, especially until I figure out more about what's going on with Kenyon Drake. And then Hurricane is following you. I know. I seem to be a hurricane magnet. That okay. I go to Vegas, and then Andrew Luck retires, and I come home, and a hurricane's about to hit our house. I mean, go figure. Who to draft with the 4th pick? Elliott, Hopkins, or David Johnson? That's a good question. If you feel comfortable drafting Zeke, go with Zeke. If not, and you want a running back, go David Johnson. If you're too scared of David Johnson and you don't like Zeke, go Hopkins. All 3 of those guys are good. So you're really, what I like to say is splitting hairs with a hatchet. So I would say all 3 of those guys are good. You're not going to mess up no matter which one you pick, but just go with that kind of mentality. The one you feel the most comfortable with. He is the head coach, guys. Aaron Rodgers is totally the new head coach. Matt LaFleur just needs to figure that out. And then once he does, everything will be fine. Who wins the NFC North? I have no idea. Zeke and snag Pollard. That's a good idea, too. Again, if you're scared of drafting Zeke, give yourself an insurance policy and get Pollard, because Pollard is going to get work if Zeke does not play. So always remember that. So do I do this? Yes, I write fantasy football in case anyone is curious. And then what are we doing here? We're talking fantasy football here. Who are you? Cool. Finn, I don't know who that is. Whatever. All good. Best last round quarterbacks in 12 teamers aside from Big Ben. That's a good question. Let me go ahead and look through here. Phillip Rivers should be available, but he's in the 10. So we're doing late rounds. Guys, Matt Stafford. I mean, he should have a bounce back year this year. You can get him in the 14th round. Sam Darnold, you can stream, dude. He's kind of a dark horse for me, and I kind of want to throw up in my mouth when I say this, but I think the Jets are like a weird dark horse offense that I love. I think I've said dark horse like 5 times. I don't know what that is. All right, take Josh Allen late. He's another one. He's in the 12th round. Mitch Trubisky, I'm not scared of either. I mean, there's a lot of guys out here that I'm not scared of drafting. Yes, love Stafford. I know. And he's going to have a bounce back year. He had a crappy year last year, but that's okay. New coach, new stuff. We got another year to figure those kinks out, so hopefully he does better this year. I'm not worried about it. Is it possible for BJ to draft a whole team of Johnsons? It should be, because I know BJ, and I think that he has the talent to make that happen. So far, I think I know of like 3, 2 for sure. So I will find BJ some other Johnsons that he can take a look at. No, guys, that actually isn't dirty. My friend's name is actually, it's my brother's friend, but he's my friend now too, whatever. His name is actually BJ Johnson, so kind of funny. That's how we roll. Okay. Stay safe, Lauren. Thank you, BJ. I appreciate it. You are not harassing me. This is what I do, so don't worry about it. You're good. Harass my brother for me, though. Rob, if you're on this, I will call you as soon as I'm done. Angie tried to call in the middle of it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to let you go officially now. Again, find me on Twitter, at StepMomLauren, Lauren. Find me on Facebook, facebook.com. Sony Michelle now or White later. If you're in PPR, go for James White. If you're in Standard, go for Sony Michelle. What's your take on Amari Cooper? He's still the same as he was in the Raiders. Good games, bad games, bust games. He's going to be all over the place, except his boom games are a little bit better. I don't like the inconsistency of him. Facebook.com/StepMomLauren. You can find all of my work for the fantasy footballers as well as podcasts, YouTube videos on my website at StepMomLauren.com. So I wish you guys a good weekend. I'll go live during the hurricane. Why not? It'll be fun. You'll find me on Periscope. It'll be a good time. So you guys have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for joining me on Fireside Friday, pre-hurricane. Who knows? The next time you see me, I might be like covered in rain or like debris from flying stuff. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, guys, you take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Pray for us Floridians because you never know what's going to happen. So wish us luck. And good luck in your drafts, guys. Tweet me your lineups. I want to see how well you did. I love looking at that stuff. Bye.